Hey everybody, it's Rylan. It's 12:07 p.m. on Wednesday, February 8th. Tomorrow will be a year and 7 months on T. That's cool. So I wanted to make a video, a mental health video about what dissociation is and what that looks like and how that feels. For me personally, and probably everyone else that dissociates. So the term dissociate refers to basically what happens is you lose touch with reality and you become separate from yourself as a way of your brain protecting you from something that's too traumatic to deal with. It kind of steps back and is trying to protect you because whatever is triggering this is too big and painful for you to deal with. So you can have dissociation, which is usually a big symptom of borderline personality, but also with PTSD. Those are the two main. There's also just depersonalization and dissociative disorders. So I have PTSD and I also have borderline, so I just dissociate like a motherfucker. But basically I just want to explain how it feels for me because I don't know all the clinical information, but you can dissociate from being sexually assaulted, being in an accident, other shit just stuff, or just because you have mental illness. So when I dissociate, there's a lot of different levels of what can happen, but I'll start with it at its mildest. At its mildest, I basically just feel very numb and detached from my body, and I don't feel anything. I'm just very removed. And when it gets a little more severe, I'll start with what it is at its worst. At its worst, this is such a great video already. Thank you for still watching if you are. At its worst, I am completely outside of my body. And by outside of my body, I mean sometimes it feels like I'm watching a movie. Nothing feels real. I dissociate almost nightly when I drink and I cut myself. And the way that presents itself is I wear a lot of bracelets on my wrist. And what happens is almost as if someone else is controlling me, or I'm watching or it's an out-of-body experience. I'll see my hands taking off my wrist, my bracelets, and I'll be reaching for the device that I used to cut myself with. But it's not real. It doesn't feel like it's actually happening. It's very detached and it's fucking terrifying. It's really scary because, yeah. But the worst dissociative episodes I've had that I call being at a 10 are when I can't speak or move and I'm just fucking frozen. And if I do talk, my voice is flat. There's no expression. It's everything is stripped from me, and I'm not a person anymore. I'm literally like a robot. When I dissociate, I stare. I'll stare at a fixed spot. So basically, when I'm dissociating, this is what it looks like. And I just sit like this, and I stare. And then when I'm really dissociated and I said my voice goes flat, I don't know if I can imitate it. It's kind of like I don't have any emotion in my voice. I just talk because I can't feel anything. And I'm so disconnected from my emotions. There was this one time that I dissociated when I was going to my friend's house. And this is probably the worst episode that I had, where I started dissociating on the train. I started, realized I was starting to stare. And at that point, when you're dissociating, you're just fucked. There's nothing you can do. I mean, there's things that you can try and do, but when it was as bad as mine, there was nothing that I could do except just wait it out. And sometimes this lasts for an hour, sometimes it lasts for 2, sometimes it lasts for like 5, and time just fucking is gone because you're like not with the world. So this one specific time when I was on the train, I dissociated on the train, and then I was meeting with friends. And the weird thing is that I can't physically talk when I'm at a 10, but I can text. My brain is like frozen, but also it's awake all at the same time. So I was able to be texting my friends and say like, I can't move, I'm gone, I'm not here. Sometimes I question if I'm real. Like sometimes I don't feel like I'm a real person, and I'm saying in my head like, you're not real, you're not real. Is this scary enough for you yet? So this specific event, I got off the train and I was waiting for my friends to come and get me, and like I'm just a robot. I'm just going through the motions, and like I could barely walk, and I just have this dead fucking blank face, you know, can't talk. And I get in the car and I'm just like sitting there staring, and half the time I'm crying, like I just have tears coming down my face, or I'm just straight up staring and looking insane. And I think I sat in their car for like a half hour because I couldn't move, and then finally they got me into the house, and I just sat there for like an hour just completely out of it. And it's really weird because when I start to ice out of it, like my tone of voice will come back, or I'm able to slightly smile, and then before you know it, like it's over and I feel completely fine again. There's a very big difference in my body of when I'm dissociated and when I'm not. So I personally have been dissociating like almost every night. Like I said, when I drank, I dissociated today for like an hour, so that wasn't too bad. And it wasn't like probably, I don't know, it was maybe like a 5, because I was sitting in the subway, and the train started coming by, and I like started breathing really fast because like the train scared me. I remember one time a fly flew by me, and it scared the shit out of me. I remember one time I was sitting on the floor, and I swear to God, like it fucking rippled and moved. And I was really on edge today. Like everyone could have, I felt very unsafe. And you need to be in a safe place with people that you feel safe with if you're dissociating. Because if you're in fucking New York, like I've been dissociating, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning and you're trying to get to your train and you don't feel like a person, like, pretty fucking scary. Like, don't recommend that to anybody. So I hope that this sheds some light on something that's really fucking terrifying. To feel not in control of your body, and to feel so removed, and not only not be able to do anything about it, but to also be like kind of aware that it's happening, is really frightening. But like I said, it's your brain trying to process what's happening, but because it can't, it removes itself from reality in order to say, pump the brakes. We're gonna take you away for a little bit. You're gonna go on a little vacation, and when you're better, then you can come back and be a part of the world again. But unfortunately, when these dissociative episodes happen, you're a slave to your brain. There's nothing you can do. Yes, you can take a cold shower. You can shove your face in cold water. I think I said that you can take a cold shower, or you can put your face in a bowl of cold water. There's other coping mechanisms. Like if you want to know something, just like message me and I'll let you know, because I know a lot of coping mechanisms. But unfortunately for me, a lot of the time they don't work because my dissociation is so bad that I'm just like gone. So I just talked a lot. I talked very fast, but I wanted to make this video a couple days ago, and then given that I dissociated today, I was like, all right, it's time to talk about this unfortunate event that affects millions of people. So if you see a motherfucker staring and they're not on drugs, they're probably dissociating. All right, thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your day.